You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something.
Tension is no longer just physical between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. They're trading fiery messages. As Crawford's campfires warnings toward Canelo during the latest press conference, Crawford's team made it known that Canelo is stepping into a punishing storm of violence.
He is an effing beast.
Well, you know, he been in there with Bud, so he understands, you know, what Bud can bring to what brings to the table. So he just give him that warning out to this, not only Canelo, he give him the warning out to all the bettors out there that's going to bet against Bud. You fuck up and lose your mind.
Lead coach from Crawford's team before Canelo, Stephen Edwards, applauded Canelo's choice to add welterweight threat Jaron Boots as a sparring option. Edwards explained that Ennis' switch-hitting approach with relentless pace works well for copying Crawford's natural rhythm. Still, Edwards has stated clearly that he remains confident Crawford prevails. Yet adding someone like Ennis proves Canelo is treating this fight seriously, and his team is fully respecting the danger ahead, without downplaying any part of the task at hand.
In the body. So even if he's not at his exact physical peak, which he's probably not at 37, he's still in his prime because his mind processes so well and he understands how to fight that smooth fight without being so just rigid and taking so much punishment and having to give up so much of him.
That follows after Crawford's power and conditioning trainer Cadet Fortune shared a bold view based on everything he witnessed inside camp. Online Fortune wrote, telling supporters that Crawford is ready to smash Canelo decisively and become the greatest fighter ever recorded. He added calmly that everything feels right, truly right. We solid. I'm feeling great. Reading this shows Crawford's team overflowing with belief. They're not only training bodies, they're mentally declaring control long. Before the bell rings officially tonight, and the moment officially arrives under bright lights.
Wait, you mentioned Larry Merchant at the beginning of the interview.
Yeah, legend.
So let me go back to Larry Merchant here. I asked Merchant a couple of weeks ago, I said, do you think that Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry looked at me and said, did Ray Leonard get an official decision over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, if that's the case, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo has answered this moment in his own manner. He has not been pulled into loud exchanges, yet his tone stays solid. Every part of this matchup feels massive. I aim to keep building legacy, and Crawford will experience the real force of my punches, Canelo stated. It is obvious he feels secure. Canelo shows no concern toward the noise surrounding this bout. He remains locked on guarding his undisputed super middleweight crown and showing why he ranks among the most complete boxers alive today. He also does not overlook Crawford, yet demonstrates awareness of danger and readiness to respond inside the ring rather than through headlines alone now.
So look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147. So I'm just going to treat him as a 147 pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the #1 fighter in all of boxing. You know, the jump would be hard, even if it was just like some top 10.
Right. Devin Haney, who is set to chase a 3-division world crown in November, has added his voice to the prediction. Haney likes this pairing and is supporting Crawford to score the upset. Despite Crawford jumping 2 weight classes and entering as the underdog with most bookmakers, Haney explained that he sees it as a strong matchup and a fight fans have long wanted. He said Bud has the skills, discipline, and ring intelligence to succeed, while acknowledging that Canelo brings the same qualities along with size. Haney added that it will not be easy, but believes if anyone can pull it off, Crawford can. His take shows respect for both men, while making it clear Crawford has a real shot if he follows the right game plan.
Crawford he believes he's on it. Like, he believes he's the one. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference between him and any other fighter the Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting the individual. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart.
But he doesn't care about that because he said that he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and ride it out to the end of the fight, he's going to be...
Liverpool fighter Liam Smith also weighed in with his perspective, saying he believes Canelo is fully locked in for this fight, especially judging by the sparring partners his camp has chosen. Smith noted that bringing in Jaron Boots is a clear sign Canelo is preparing for every wrinkle Crawford could present. He predicts Canelo ultimately comes out on top, likely by a late stoppage or possibly on points, repeating that he leans toward Canelo either way. Smith's take stands out because it underlines just how seriously Canelo's team is treating this matchup. They aren't depending only on raw talent. They're building a smart, detailed plan designed to mirror Crawford's abilities and cover every possible scenario.
Getting old. He is. The next fight of Canelo will tell the story. It really will tell the story. It really will tell that story because at the end of the day, the first thing that goes on a boxer 90% of the time is their attention. Do you know what I mean? The attention span and the feet. The last thing that will ever go is his power.
Adding yet another Angle veteran trainer, Ismail Salas, who has worked with fighters that caused Crawford problems before offered his view. Salas believes Crawford can defeat Canelo, but only with a highly technical defensive plan modeled after Floyd Mayweather. He described Crawford as a gifted boxer and noted clear similarities between him and Mayweather, especially in defense and counterpunching. Salas explained that the only path for Crawford to win is through technical defense. He added that if Crawford has absorbed anything from Mayweather ahead of this fight, his chances improved greatly, pointing to the classic American style of shoulder rolling and sharp counters, which Mayweather mastered better than anyone.
September 13th, I will become the first male three-time undisputed champion of the world. Listen, like I always said, I'm a big fan of Canelo. He's a great fighter, but I think I'm better. Everything that I have inside myself with the tools that I have, I'm capable of doing anything that I want in the ring. And come September 13th, I will become the first male three-time undisputed champion of the world.
So if Mayweather is able to pass something on to Crawford, that could become a major turning point. This perspective makes it clear that for Crawford to succeed, confidence and physicality alone won't be enough. He will need sharp strategy, exact timing, and elite defensive awareness. Crawford himself has made it clear he is not overlooking Canelo in any way. Speaking on Club Shay Shay, he described Canelo as a complete fighter rather than just a power puncher. Crawford explained that people who label Canelo as only strong don't truly understand boxing. He said Canelo is a great boxer whose skills often get ignored because fans focus only on his strength. Crawford pointed out that Canelo can absorb shots, deliver power, counter effectively, box at a high level, attack the body, maintain balance, and stay composed without being pulled out of position. According to Crawford, his team is studying every part of Canelo's game and respecting him as a fully developed fighter, not just a puncher.
I'm definitely honored to be in that situation and a position to share the ring with another great. It's going to be a hell of a night come September.
Crawford understands he is facing one of the most adaptable and complete fighters of this era, and he is preparing for the entire threat, not just raw knockout force. On the other side, veteran trainer Abel Sanchez, who has worked with fighters that have shared the ring with both Canelo and Crawford, has voiced skepticism about Crawford's ability to manage Canelo's size and power. Sanchez argues that even though Crawford has added weight over the past year, he may still lack the physical strength and punch resistance needed to withstand Canelo. He said he doesn't believe Crawford is big or strong enough to muscle Canelo around. Sanchez acknowledged the added size helps, but insists it doesn't change how hard clean shots from someone like Canelo will land. According to him, once Canelo begins applying pressure, Crawford will feel like he's being hit by a truck, stressing that Canelo's strength damages not just endurance, but the body itself wherever he connects.
I think, to be honest, you don't want to sit there and brawl with Canelo, but at some point you're gonna have to fight him. You know what I'm saying? You can't let Canelo press you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's great at that. And you know what I'm saying? And he could be crafty.
Sanchez has also stressed that Crawford will have to commit offensively if he wants to win. Simply circling and flicking jabs will not be enough. He explained that Crawford must engage, and the moment he does, Canelo will have opportunities to land heavy shots. Sanchez noted that Crawford is not as big, not as fast, and not as powerful as Canelo's previous opponent William Skull, a fighter whose punches Canelo absorbed comfortably while neutralizing his hand speed. Crawford once relied heavily on speed earlier in his career, but with age that edge has faded. Now he operates at a moderate pace and leans more on ring intelligence than explosiveness. In simple terms, Crawford will have to accept getting hit if he wants to score and make the fight competitive. That choice carries serious danger, but Sanchez believes staying on the outside and avoiding exchanges will not be enough to secure victory.
Get his little shots in as far as, finessing and all that, because his hands are definitely way faster than Canelo, but just the weight and the way that Canelo fights, he's not going to back up against Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think Crawford's going to be able to hurt him. Even if he lands a home run punch, I think Canelo's going to be able to walk right through it.
But he's going to be able to do a little bit of that.
When people look back at recent performances, many still point to Crawford's August 2024 fight against Israel Madrimov, which did not look smooth. Crawford appeared flat at times and absorbed several clean shots. The bout was tight and easily could have gone either direction, but it proved that even a highly skilled boxer like Crawford can run into trouble when dealing with size and power without caution. That performance shapes much of the conversation heading into the Canelo matchup. Crawford is older now, turning 38 in September, and while his sharpness remains, Canelo's blend of strength, speed, and ring intelligence creates problems Crawford has never faced at this weight. So what do you think about Crawford's chances? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.